So far in my career, it was probably the most insane game I played.
You know, boy genius. Brandon Staley called a timeout. I didn't know if you.
Genius.
I didn't know if you guys were gonna go and were you guys gonna let it ride out? We are talking about the almost tie game, Chargers versus the Raiders, with Maxx Crosby. You guys were extremely hyped going into this game.
Oh
I mean, this is win get in.
It's probably the best game of the year. Week 18, winner get in, rival. It's literally everything on the table. We were thinking about doing the tie. Like, we're going to make the playoffs, whatever.
What do you think they were thinking?
I don't know.
And the Chargers took the timeout.
And it was such a Raider win.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck the world. Fuck the tie. This isn't soccer.
No. If I'm at my best and I'm doing my shit at the highest level, then it doesn't matter what they do.
Yeah, you're what they call a problem. What does it mean to be a Raider?
It's about being 100% yourself, like the bad boys back in Rick Mahorn, Bill Laimbeer days.
No, in the division, who's your guys' rival? Who do you hate the most? Games with Names is a production of iHeartRadio. Welcome to Games with Names. On today's episode, we are talking about the almost tie game, Chargers versus the Raiders, from Week 18 of the 2001 season with Maxx Crosby. We get into talking about his offseason,
putting in work,
the dedication, his favorite all-time and what it's like being a pro athlete in Sin City.
Also a little Denny Amendola Instagram talk.
Oh, one of our favorite topics. Dolomite, we love you, brother.
So smoking, that guy.
He sure is.
What a just a hunk.
Hunkaroonie.
Hunkaroonie.
Hey, he's no JE11, but we love him.
And then we get into doing our first top five that we were talking about, top fives of top fives. And we go over the top 5 Adam Sandler movies. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
January 9th, 2022. Allegiant Stadium, Las Vegas, Nevada.
With the tie, the Chargers and Raiders will both make the playoffs.
It's 32 with less than a minute left in overtime. Wait, did Brandon Staley just call a timeout? This is almost a tie game. Brandon Staley,
okay,
yeah,
Brandon
we gotta
Staley.
call it.
Fuck. Brandon Staley.
Welcome to Games and Names. We got Maxx Crosby, and we are talking about the almost tie game, Chargers versus the Raiders. The almost tie game. Maxx Crosby, how you doing, bro?
Amazing. I appreciate you having me on.
Get out of here. I mean, Mac Daddy.
Oh, come on now.
My guy's a Mac Daddy. I went to Kent State. I played Eastern Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
I think we beat them like 13-12. It was a barn burner.
Sounds about right. Yeah, no doubt.
But how you doing? What's off season looking like?
It's been great, man. I had 2 surgeries, so I've been recovering. Get my knee right, thumb right. I'm about 100% now. I'm very close. So, yeah, I had the bursa removed.
Okay, you're good.
UCL surgery on the thumb.
That's good.
But I've been in Vegas training, getting to it. I'm out here for the week doing some Jordan stuff, so getting after it.
I
bro.
see you've been. I see you work out at the UFC facility, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when did you start? Are you boxing? Because I saw you were boxing. Do you ever grapple with the guys to work on your hand combat? Is that part of your off season?
Yeah, so majority of the stuff we do is boxing. I've been boxing for 3 years now. Okay. Like, we're actually boxing. But yeah, it's funny. I was just with Glazer today, and we were doing some he does these
Grapple
hands-on
shit, yeah.
MMA grappling type stuff like that. So we're able to do.
He gives
a
you the
certain amount of
GM
stuff.
grab always. You know the
Oh,
GM
yeah.
grab where they always, you see the GM for the first time in the offseason and he grabs you. How you doing? The GM hug.
Pulls you in, yeah.
Because they want to see if you've been working, if those
For
muscles
sure.
have been going.
Yeah, he was testing my grip strength and everything, but it's been awesome. It's the first time I ever worked at that gym, but been getting after it.
So you just signed with Jordan Brand.
Just signed with Jordan Brand.
Okay. We got white guy with Jordan Brand.
yeah.
and Luka.
It's a big deal.
That's a dope brand to work with. I almost signed with them, I think in 2018, but they wanted me to get rid of my JE11 stuff. I couldn't get rid of my JE11 stuff, man.
Couldn't do it.
J11 jumped over the jump man.
Stay true.
Now, why'd you choose this game?
This game specifically, honestly, I think it was the most electric, most important, probably biggest game of my life, in my entire career so far.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the only time I made the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as sickening as it is to admit that, it's the first time, win or get in, rival, week 18, it's literally everything on the table. And we, it's probably the best game of the year. It was back and forth, overtime. It was crazy. So, yeah, this game was, so far in my career, was probably the most insane game I played in.
And it was such a Raider win.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck the world.
Yep.
Fuck the tie.
Yeah, fuck the tie.
We don't play. This isn't soccer.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boy genius, Brandon Staley called a timeout. I didn't know if you.
Genius.
I didn't know if you guys were gonna go and maybe let that thing ride out. But were you guys gonna let it ride out?
Fuck no. And I didn't even hear about this. Oh yeah, they were thinking about doing a tie until after the game, because we were in a position where, we were close in field goal range. But if something fucking tragic happened, they block it or something, we could lose the whole year. But I remember Rich on the sideline. He was, going back and forth. What do we do here? And he's like, "Fuck it, just run this power one more time," or whatever the play was. And Josh broke loose and got like 12 to 15 yards, and boom, now we're in field goal range. So honestly, it was a fuck you to the Chargers because they called the timeout, and we were thinking about doing the tie, like taking a knee and fuck it, we're gonna make the playoffs, whatever. But they called a timeout. And we just said, fuck it, we're running another play, and we got the first down. And
What do you think they were thinking?
I don't know. I mean,
were they
going to
try to get it back and have a plus 50 punt and then try to drive it down with 3?
It made no sense. Not one bit of sense.
Brandon Staley said we didn't have our right defense in there. He's got all the answers.
A Kodak timeout.
A timeout.
You got any?
Crazy.
You got any Staley stories?
Staley stories? I don't have any personal up close, anything like that. But I just know playing the Chargers the last couple of years, I mean, you expect just the craziest shit. I mean, even in that game, it was like the first or second quarter, and they went for it on their own 18. And, we're like, what the fuck? We're sitting there, we're like, they're not punting the ball. We're like, okay, I don't know what they're doing. There's a time and place. I understand aggression and, okay, the analytics, but there's a time and place. I mean, biggest game of the year, you can't be going for it on 4th and 18 or 4th down on your own 18.
Yeah, I mean, and then the next year, they kind of change. They try to change. You know what I mean. They were doing. We weren't doing it as much. I mean, it's honestly crazy to me that he called the timeout.
It's wild.
Now, you see that Austin Eckler clip?
The one after the game?
After the game where he was talking to, what was the place?
I think it was a long snap. The Raiders' long snapper.
Oh, Trent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, the internet took off with it because he, whispers to him, and then, Eckler, rolls his eyes like, no way. And everyone thought he was saying, we're playing for the tie. And Eckler couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I probably saw it, but, yeah, it's crazy.
Now, I want to jump into Texas, though. So you're a Texas boy.
Yeah.
Dallas, Texas. Did you go to one of those high schools that had the crazy stadiums and the crazy everyone just left town, the per diem type shit?
Yeah, so it's funny. I originally grew up in Michigan. I lived in Michigan till I was 10. So I was Lapeer, Michigan, country, fucking. Our high school was tiny, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's different. I moved to Texas, and it was holy shit. And I played 6A, the highest division, 15,000 damn near in the crowd, packed out. Like, whole parking lot is tailgating, and it was crazy. I mean, the environment was like nothing I've ever seen. And then I ended up going to Eastern, and we had less fans. At least my first 2 years, we had less fans than my college games.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this shit? There's no tailgate. We were like the worst team in college football. And I was like, fucking high school was more lit than this, but we ended up changing it. So.
That's exactly. I mean, I remember when I went to Kent State.
Yeah.
It was the same thing. I mean, you play in front of 3,000 people,
Maybe
4,000 people in high school. These Texas kids. I mean, it's religion out there, and
yeah.
you know. But that's crazy to go from Michigan, Texas, and then your only offer was back to Eastern Michigan.
Eastern Michigan, yeah. And my whole family's from out there.
How come?
So, I mean, I was a late bloomer.
Late bloomer.
Yeah, I was second. I mean, my senior year, I was second team all district.
Yeah.
I was a late bloomer. I grew like 4 inches going into my last year of high school. So, I mean, I was a goober. I was a middle linebacker my whole life, my whole high school career, and then I'm almost 6'5".
That's why you're so good in that. Because I was watching all your plays. You're always good with pullers. You know how to shed block, or you use quickness. You got long arms. You get into them.
Yeah.
And you know that's that linebacker shit.
A little bit. I mean, a little bit. It's just, I feel like, I don't know. I've just had to adapt. Like, my senior year, I was just literally trying to figure out how to play DN.
Yeah.
And my freshman year, honestly, the most important year of my career was my freshman year when I redshirted, because I lost a bunch of weight. I got a lot more athletic. I was like filling into my body, and my coach was like, "No, you're fucking redshirting." I wanted to play, but he's like, "You're redshirting." So the whole year, I just got to go on scout team and fucking learn. Like, all right, this is how I'm gonna play. I'm gonna try and spin moves, try and just all different type of shit. And I was winning scout team player of the week every week.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is dope. Like, I can play D end, and that's when I really fell in love with it. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy how it worked out, but I mean, it all happened for a reason.
Man. Now, what do you think your best pass rush move is?
I mean, my double swipe is like my go-to.
Swipe. That's
Stab, swipe, voodoo rod, whatever. Double sweep, double
good
swipe.
at the dip. Strong arm dip.
Yeah, take it away a little bit. Yeah, there's a lot of things. I feel like my spin move, my outside spin move is, you know, when I can do
Wide
it,
nine.
it's dangerous.
Wide nine. You just tee off on them.
Wide nine. There's a lot of different things. I feel like I can do a lot of different moves at a high level, though, for sure.
Now, how do you work on those moves? Are you working on those moves? Because I remember I'd always play with defensive ends, and you walk down the hallway, fucking Rob's like walking,
Everywhere.
Ninkovich, just passing
Every wall, door, corner,
Yeah.
That's a real thing.
It is.
Yeah, I can't walk in a room. I mean, it's every time.
Now we had Whitworth on.
Stud. I love
Stud.
that guy. Love that guy.
And he would talk about he felt defensive ends didn't scout their tackles. Do you scout tackles and like what their strengths are? He could always tell if a guy watched film on him or was just throwing shit.
Yeah, no, I definitely do. You know, I come from my biggest influence as a coach has been Rod Marinelli. And you probably heard of him.
Yeah,
he had Warren Sapp, Julius Peppers, numerous Hall of Famers. I had him my second and third year, and that was my last, this season right here, that was my third year, and that's where I took off. And that dude is all about watching your film. Like, he's like, every lineman you go against is a fucking gray face. Black, it's nothing. They're all the same. Yeah. He's like, if you do what you're supposed to do, get off, pad level, hands, fight area, if you understand all the things you're supposed to do at the best of your ability and apply it, it doesn't matter who the fuck's in front of you, and it doesn't matter what they do. They're eventually going to get broken. You know what I mean? So I watch film on other guys, of course. I try to pick up during the week, all right, who's giving away pass, who's giving away run, what little things I can pick up. But majority of the film I'm watching is my own film on repeat. I watch my practices every night, and then I'll watch a game or two games, and then, okay, I'll throw on this guy versus, whoever. But at the end of the day, I can't sit here and watch the Steelers versus Giants and expect them to block me the same way they block some other guys. Because you can go into the plan, okay, they're going to do this and this, and then they fucking throw three people at me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, we went to the Colts game week 17. Robbo comes up to me, Rob Ryan, one of the coolest fucking dudes I've ever met. Great coach. He comes up to me, all right, this is the week. Colts don't chip. They 5-man up. They're going to man you. And I got double team chipped the whole game.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck. You know what I mean? But that's why. Like, I can sit there and anticipate and think they're going to do this and whatever, but for me, if I'm at my best and I'm doing my shit at the highest level, then it doesn't matter what they do.
Yeah, you're what they call a problem.
I appreciate it.
You know, if when I was playing, we were to ever play a guy like you, you're at that caliber where you're dedicating a 30-play clip in front of the whole team in the team meeting. Like, one of the keys to victory, which is never usually a player, but Crosby's that kind of guy where he's a problem. And you could see it in the run game. You could see it in the pass game. They're sending chips, running backs. I mean, I saw you get through 3. Now, it brings me with all what you just said, all those techniques and everything. No one can stop you. That all has to change, and all those schemes and all that mindset changes when you're going against the Chiefs, though, right? Because rushing Patrick Mahomes has got to be it's got to be different.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's the thing. Every week is a new. I know you know how it is.
It's a division game, though. They know you. You know them. You know what they're doing, but you also know what the guy like him.
Yeah, you know.
You can't give him a gaping lane because and then he's gonna create. So you got to be patient. You can't get back past the quarterback. That's the worst place to be, especially 100%. With him. That's got to be a tough one, huh?
It's a different battle. I mean, that's the thing. Your division guys, like I see Herbert, Mahomes, all these guys over and over again, and the teams, like you said, they know each other so well, and you know that your opponent, you know exactly what they're going to do, but it's who's going to be more prepared and who had a better week leading up to that game, who took care of their body better. It's the littlest details, I think, that matter in those type of matchups because you already know what the hell they're going to do, and you're playing a guy like Mahomes, you cannot let him breathe. Yeah. You know what I mean? You have to be on his ass the whole time. Herbert's the same way. If you give Herbert a little bit of breathing room, he's going to come back and make a play. So, like, we preach that all the time, and that's why we were able to beat, you know, at the end of the year, we beat the Chargers, beat the Broncos, beat the Chiefs. It's because we didn't let up at all. Like, we were on it from the go. We got a sack. We got 2 sacks first drive, and we just kept rolling. And that's what you got to do with those type of quarterbacks.
Now, in the division, who's your guys' rival? Who do you hate the most? And is it the Chiefs because they've just been running it for a while, or is it who's your?
I mean, I hate them all. I will say that.
Yeah.
I hate the Chiefs. I hate them all in different ways. You know, the Chargers are like, when their things are going well, everyone's like, oh, my God, they're going to – but they're front runners. We know who they are.
Amen.
We know who they are, and I'm going to just be real.
That's a great
and
comp.
They know what it is. They're front runners. So, yeah, they're that. Chiefs, they earned it. I mean, they're the best in the league, 3 Super Bowls. Everybody has their own opinions. They hate certain things about the Chiefs, but I respect the shit out of them. Until we do something about it and beat them, I mean – I gotta tip the cap to them. They're doing it right now.
That
but
Christmas
I do.
Day game this year.
Yeah, I mean that's the type of shit. I mean we beat them. I beat them twice and 10 times, so I can't say shit about them. I mean I respect them though. I love playing them. I love playing Mahomes. I love playing the best. It's fucking awesome. But yeah, we hate the Chiefs in a different way. They're a little bit more. They know they're that team, so they carry themselves a certain way. And then the Broncos, I mean, that's a different type of hate as well. I mean. I love playing the Broncos. They're probably my favorite team, to be honest. I love playing the Broncos. Every time we play them, I know it's about to be a big day, no doubt.
You don't feel the altitude up there?
It's my favorite place to play, Mile High.
Like the grass, huh?
Yeah, for some reason, I don't know. Since I was a rookie, it's been my favorite place. It's different. It's fucking in the mountains. The drive up is like,
it's beautiful.
It's about to go down. So yeah, I don't know what it is about there, but I love playing in Denver, and I just love playing the Broncos in general. So
I fucking hated it.
What, in Denver?
We lost 2 AFC championships in goddamn Denver.
Damn.
Those goddamn.
Damn
we
Broncos.
were banking on snowy days. They were like 75 and sunny in a February or a January. Yeah. Who are some of the pass rushers you looked up to growing up, or who inspired you to get in this? Not get in this, but who did you model your game after?
My 2 biggest inspirations when I was a kid growing up were, I was a linebacker my whole life. But as far as D lineman, I grew up a Lions fan. So Ndamukong Suh, he was my favorite player. The way he played, nasty, mean, didn't give a damn what it was. Like, he was just murdering people out there. I love watching Suh. And then the other one was JJ. I love the way JJ played. He played the run and pass similar. and he was making just as many plays in the run game as pass game. And that's something that I think is super important. And that's why I feel like separates myself is that I'm making shit ton of TFLs and plays in the run game, and a lot of guys are just waiting for third down so they can giddy up. You know what I mean? Like every play matters.
No,
so, yeah.
that's good to hear.
Yeah.
That's good to hear from a star. You know, because it's not easy being an every down end. Like you said, guys that wait for that third down, they got this package, they're rested, they're not in every play. Like, there's some badass motherfuckers that do that. That's like a relief pitcher.
Of course.
You want to be that starter that goes finish the complete game.
Yeah, complete
no hitter.
Game. There's only a very select few for sure.
You're a Spider-Man guy?
No, I'm not into. I wasn't really into that type of shit when I was a kid. I like UFC and crazy shit like that. I wasn't into Marvel and all that. Yeah. Like, it's cool, like, but I mean, after the Tobey Maguire one, I was like, all right, I'm good with this.
Yeah. Because this is a segment we do is where we go back in time. Let's go back around January 10th, 2022. Now, when we have we did the Immaculate Reception, and we're talking like 60s. I mean, this is 2 years ago, so this is, this is pretty new. That Spider-Man movie is good for the kid though. Girl dad. Yeah. The little kid. It's a cartoon one, right?
Yep.
Is that cartoon? No, that's not the cartoon one. Is
No
it?
Way Home. Oh wait, hold on.
Is that the Tom Holland one?
That's
Never saw it.
the third of the Tom Holland.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. My bad. Yes. I'm thinking the Miles Morales one. Sorry about that.
Is this where Rihanna revealed she was pregnant at halftime show?
Wow.
Yes, this was. No. Sorry, this was her first kid with ASAP. So,
John Madden died.
DeRozan, I remember that.
John Madden died, 2 weeks. You remember that?
Dude,
legend.
Do you ever meet him?
Legend. No, I didn't get to meet him.
Man.
Yeah, that dude's an icon. Absolute icon.
Now, what does it mean to be a Raider?
I mean, there's a lot of definitions.
What's your definition?
For me, it's about being 100% yourself. Being like the bad boys back in the Rick Mahorn, Bill Laimbeer days. That's what I fell in love with immediately. Like, when I got drafted by the Raiders, I'm like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially at that time in my life, I was figuring out who I was and going through a lot of shit, and I'm like, this makes too much sense. So, yeah, being a Raider is just being different, being unapologetic about who you are. And that's what, AP preaches heavy. It's like, be who the fuck you're going to be. It doesn't mean be a psycho or be crazy. But at the same time, like, don't shy away from who you are. So I think it gives guys a lot of confidence out there.
Who's the Mount Rushmore of the Raiders way?
Wow.
The Mount Rushmore.
Wow. Hey. Just players or coaches?
The Raider Nation way.
You got to put Al Davis number one. Al Davis number one. You got to put John Madden.
It's two coaches taking up two
spots. I mean, two coaches. You got to. I mean, they've changed the whole game. And then players. Ooh. Shit. I'm going to say my personal. I had to go Charles Woodson.
Nice.
Teammate.
Charles Woodson, yeah, legend. Fuck, that's gonna piss
Howie
somebody
Long,
off.
Kenny Stabler.
I literally, Howie was. I have to
Tatum.
go Howie. I mean, I have to go Howie.
Dude, Howie Long.
He's a fucking great dude. Absolute legend too. He's awesome.
Have you seen his movie Broken Arrow? Was it Broken Arrow?
No, he's got a movie.
Well, he was in a big time. He was a movie star. Howie Long's a movie star, like in the 90s.
He walked away from it.
He walked away from it because he didn't like doing the football pregame and doing Hollywood. He wanted to spend he was like in the rut of being an NFL football player where you're not spending time with your family, so he gave up Hollywood.
Damn.
He was doing like some big time movies with like John Travolta and
Christian Slater.
Slater.
See, I need to do my research. That's insane. I knew he was a huge star back in the day, but I didn't know he was in movies and shit.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
26.
Yeah, 26.
Man, he's in the prime. Got paid. He's gonna get another couple contracts.
No doubt.
Now, what's up with the Raiders fans? You were there during the transition from Oakland because I grew up in the Bay.
Yeah.
I was a Niners fan. I started liking the Raiders a little when Jerry went over. I always loved Tim Brown.
Legend.
I loved Rich Gannon because he was doing all that sidearm shit. But, I grew up a Niners fan, so I can't give it all to the Raiders. But I remember my parents when we went and played the Raiders in like 2010. when you went into the Oakland Stadium, like, and you wore an opposing team's jersey, like my parents had to be like, "Yo, we're from the Bay Area. This is our son. He's playing. We gotta, just let everyone know." Have you had any crazy fan interactions with these guys?
I mean, definitely. Raider fans are everywhere. I mean, anywhere you go, there's going to be Raider fans, but Oakland Raider fans are different. I mean, it was a fucking shit show.
Yeah.
Like, you're trying to pull out of a parking lot, like, after games, and there's fans just smacking on your windows and going crazy, and it was just different. I mean, there's a million stories I could say. There's one guy, that sat outside of the facility. Like, there was a group of these people every day. They're waiting there to sign autographs. Yeah. And then eventually you're like, okay, the same guy is fucking here every single day. And so there's this one guy, I'm not going to expose him, but I'm going to slightly expose him. He knows who he is, this fucking guy. I hope you're watching. But he had a very unique, he stood out of the crowd. I'll just say that. We end up finding out, hey, man, I got you, bro. He always had a good excuse for why he needed this thing signed. And then we found his website. He had a full-blown memorabilia page, all our shit on it.
Oh, yeah.
So I went up the next day. I said, what is this? And he looked at me like he saw a ghost. And I was like, come on, bro. I'm like, I will sign for anybody. I'll sign for any grandma, child, whatever. I'm like, but come on, bro. I was like, be better. I'm like, what are we doing?
That's new to the world, man. Sometimes you go some places and they'll send the kids.
Oh yeah.
You
grooming them.
You can kind of. You can always kind of know who the autograph people are because they kind of look like carnies.
Oh yeah.
Little carny-y.
Yeah.
And they have a story. And
very unique look, all of them.
And then if you're doing blanks. You're dealing with that, and it's even worse when they start bringing in the kids. I've seen kids.
Oh yeah.
Used by these people
numerous times. And if you see the blue marker, that's the one thing I just found out a couple years ago. But the blue marker, that's the one you got. If they have a blue marker, do not sign because they can sell it.
I didn't know.
That's what I knew. That's what I found out. I'm like, these motherfuckers. Now every time I see a blue marker, I'm like, I call it out, and they're like, and get all awkward. I'm like, you fucker.
Man. Now.
Yeah.
Going over to Vegas, how was that?
Amazing. I mean, we went
Your guys'
over.
facility, by the way, is like the Taj Mahal, as Bill Belichick called it, I believe.
Yeah.
The Taj Mahal of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's spectacular. Everything's right there at the stadium. But how was that like transitioning in general, like for like fan base shit? Moving out, living in Vegas is completely different than Oakland and the Bay Area.
Yeah, totally.
What was that like?
It was, it was definitely weird because we came over and that off season, COVID hit.
Yeah.
So it was March. Like, everyone's out in Vegas. I'm out there with my family. I bought a house. I'm like, this is the fucking greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
Having the time of my life. March hits and everything shut down. So then it delayed all the process of the construction, and even the facility wasn't even fully done. But we were already moved over. Like, there's nothing you can do now. We left Oakland. So it was weird. First season in Vegas, no fans, zero. Mark was like, no, so I'm like, all right, whatever, no fans. Some teams are like, okay, 15, 20%,
yeah.
None.
I played that year. It was terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I played against you in New England. But yeah, it was just,
like
it was weird. It was like a scrimmage.
Like a scrimmage.
It was just weird. That's the only way to describe it.
You're never in a pro game. It kind of low-key reminded me of some of them Kent State games.
Yeah.
I haven't felt that in a minute where, like, if you can hear the other team, like, yo, you can hear your boys clapping for you and shit, that's when you know, like, oh, we're in a scrimmage.
Oh, it was different. Yeah. I mean, you just guys having conversation in the huddle and you can hear everything.
What's up with Mark Davis? Any Davis stories?
Mark?
I met Mark. He was a cool dude to me, and I'm a huge Al Davis guy. He was a pioneer. And a cornerstone of this league for becoming he was a coach, and then how he got the team. Yeah. I mean, he did a badass thing. But what's Mark like?
Yeah, Mark's a good dude. He's a really nice dude. I mean, he's been awesome. I mean, ever since I got in the league, I mean, there's not many owners that you can say that smoke cigars with their players and shit like that. And I mean, Mark will hit me up and we'll smoke a cigar and shoot the shit. And
is he at the facility a lot?
Cool. Not much. not much. I mean, he's in Vegas full time, but I don't know what he does, to be honest. But yeah, me and Mark are cool.
Now, when he comes in, does he have a cup of coffee? You always see the owner with something. They always have something that they always bring in, like Jerry Jones eating what is it, egg McMuffin, with salt in that bad boy
Extra
a little bit, a little extra salt.
His signature.
Mr. Kraft always had the Dunkin' Donuts. What's Mark got?
Mark has the fanny pack.
The fanny pack.
The fanny pack. He wears the New Balances, the wash jeans, a white like pullover type deal, Raiders, and then he'll have maybe a jacket on, but he always has the white fanny pack. This thing is like from the 80s. You could tell leather, like that thing has gone through a lot.
What's in that fanny pack?
I don't know. That is a great question. He probably has keys, chapstick, sunblock. It's probably his three main items
The
in there.
essentials.
Yeah, the essentials.
Jeez.
Bro, Al had a cool look too. Al had a great look.
Al always.
Al
Them
was-
jumpsuits.
Al
my
was
God.
fresh.
With the
Slick
croquis, he had bedazzled croquis and the
Yes.
glasses. The hair would be halfway in the air.
Dude is
Drip
a
runs in the
legend.
family, baby.
Oh yeah, he had like custom bracelets that said Al on them and everything. The dude he was a legend.
I miss Al Davis.
I know.
R.I.P. Jackie, set the stage for this game. Let's get into it.
Should we run back in time here real quick and contextualize this season a little bit? Let's get through the Chargers here real quick. First year of the Brandon Staley era. Short-lived era, but kind of memorable. For all you fourth down fans, this was also a record for fourth down conversions. 22 of 34 on the season. A little bit of foreshadowing for this game. Also a little bit of foreshadowing. The 32nd ranked rush defense. There's a reason Josh Jacobs 8 in this game.
Yeah.
Some other dudes we got to run through on this team. The Pro Bowlers, Herbert, Keenan Allen, Corey Lindsey, Rashawn Slater, Joey Bosa, Derwin James. Some other guys you might know, Asante Samuel Jr., Mike Williams, Joshua Palmer's rookie season. And started out hot, 4-1, finished 5-7. The front runner mentality kind of coming true here. Also, big road victories over the Bengals and the Chiefs. That would be the AFC Championship game this year, so it's worth noting. Justin Herbert was also balling that year. First Charger to throw for over 5,000 yards in a season.
Wow. John Harbaugh. What's he? Is he gonna make them better?
Jimmy.
Or John?
John,
Jimmy.
one of whatever.
Fuck, I played against John for so many goddamn years in my head.
Yeah,
we
I mean,
play the Ravens
similar.
every year twice, and we're in the same division. We'd play them in the playoffs, and
Yeah. No, you guys had classic battles. All-time classic. But, yeah, Harbaugh's, he's a great coach. Everywhere he's gone, he's had success. So, at the end of the day, doesn't matter. We got to be at our best, and that's all that really matters. But I expect them to be better.
Run.
They're going to run the ball. They're going to play action, play hard-nosed defense. They're going to look a lot different.
they're gonna look a lot different.
A lot different.
Which is a lot different, like preparing for a Brandon Staley, which is completely different.
Shotgun, launch that motherfucker.
I think it's going to make
all
Justin
game.
Herbert very good.
Yeah, he's going to I think it's going to help him out a lot.
Now, who's the tackle that you're always going against in Chargers?
Last 2 years has been Pipkins, Trey Pipkins, and Slater. This year was Storm Norton.
Storm Norton.
Toledo, Mac guy.
Mac Daddy.
Played him in college, and it was something.
Now, when you're playing against a division rival, but B, a team in this year, Joey Bosa, he was balling out.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would always look over across the sideline if I saw a cool receiver. I'd be like, I want to outperform this motherfucker.
Yeah,
Fuck
for
him.
sure.
Is that your mindset?
Yeah, no doubt. When I was younger, especially, I was like, I need to outplay him this game. Like, I used to really think about it, but then sometimes I would be thinking too much.
You learn
For
you
me,
can't do
it's
that
like,
anymore,
yeah, you can't.
It's a
It's
young
just
guy.
like, it's a young guy thing for sure. It's definitely fuck them, but I don't think about it as much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I go into the game like, especially, every game is important, but a game like this is like, it's everything. You win, you're in. So, yeah, I look over there like,
Important,
fuck these
baby.
motherfuckers. Yeah.
Win and get in. That's a playoff game.
Yeah.
Set the stage for the Raiders, Jackie.
All right, let's run through these. I thought you were going to join me. Raiders. You left me hanging. stamina was great there. Oh my gosh.
That was good.
Competitive stamina.
Yeah, that
baby.
was impressive.
Saw a lot of that on the golf course this morning.
Yeah, right.
Locked in, baby. All right, as
Locked
Max
into the pond.
we were shanking them, baby. As Max alluded to earlier, this was a second year in Vegas. Worth noting, the first year with fans, Allegiant was rocking, especially on this night. This was also a team that won 4 overtime games. A little bit of foreshadowing for this game also. I feel like every time I turned the TV on, it was Derek Carr leading some crazy fourth down overtime conversion, something. This was also its season with some ups and downs. We saw Coach Gruden left, Rich Bisaccia took over. There was also some off-the-field incidents with Henry Ruggs.
The fucking Raiders, baby.
I mean,
That's Raider way.
I mean, just looking through his list, it's like this all happened in 1 year is fucking insane.
Crazy. Like
Insane.
It's insane. That's some adversity right there,
It
boys.
was a lot.
It's one of those things where I feel like this would have sunk a lot of teams, but you guys making it to the playoffs was
That's tough.
a testament to that locker room and that
crazy.
squad. Where they're like, we talked on here the other week with Matthew Slater of having State of the Union meetings with the players. Like, were there like any pivotal, like, we like players only meeting, like, how are we getting through this shit kind of talks?
Yeah, I mean, right after the whole Gruden thing happened, we went to go play Chicago the week before, and they leaked one of the emails, and they was talking about some guy, whatever, and then it was just like, you could tell Gruden was so sick about it. And like he would tell you himself, like he was not ready to call a game.
Yeah.
And everybody kind of felt that. And then after we lose to Chicago with a rookie Justin Fields, couldn't score at all.
Yeah.
And after that game, all of a sudden, fucking the floodgates open. All the emails come out, all this shit. So, like, all hell breaks loose. And, I mean, I'm getting calls from Mayock, calls from different people. They're like, I mean.
Did he lose the locker room? Did some guys get mad, or were guys like?
It wasn't necessarily about, like, fuck this. It wasn't like, fuck Coach Gruden. It was just like, I mean, you're in the middle of the season. You're like, what the fuck? Like, there's no way you can rationalize it or how the fuck. It's from 12 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, or 11 years ago, something crazy. Everyone's just like, what the fuck? And Gruden has real relationships. I love John. I mean, John Gruden, he knows he fucking said some shit. Everybody has shit they regret to saying crazy shit. I'm not saying what he said was right at all. And he'll say the same thing. But John Gruden is a fucking good dude. Yeah. I love Coach Gruden. And, I mean, he's like family to me. So, yeah, it sucked. You're like, this is a dude that drafted me. Fucking got a great relationship. I know his wife, his family, his kids. His son works as our strength coach. Like, and he's fucking still in the building to this day. Yeah. So it's like, I mean, they're family to me. So Deuce, exactly. Deuce is a fucking stout as they come. But, yeah, it was crazy. I mean, that whole thing went down, and it happened so fast. And the next day, I'm literally with my wife in Gruden's house. Like, he's sitting like the Godfather in his beautiful, massive house, just sitting there in the corner, tears. Yeah. And he was just shook, and I'm just like, damn. Like, and I'm feeling for him because, you know, he feels stupid. He feels he's being attacked. He's whatever. But we had to keep going. I mean, it happened. Rich came in, and Rich was like, this is what we're going to do.
What do you guys call Rich with that last name?
Bisaccia. Fucking love that guy. Bisaccia. Yeah, we call him Rich, though. I mean, I still talk to him. I just FaceTimed him a couple days ago. I talk to him all the time.
I mean, you guys showed mental toughness by dealing with everything you did and by putting your team in position to go out and make the playoffs in the last game of the year against a division rival.
Yeah. And on a 4-game win streak.
4-game win streak. I mean, that was – I remember watching it and just, you know, talking about you guys that year. It was that's impressive because it's very hard. That's what people don't realize is when you're a pro athlete, you're a regular person, and you have a lot of shit that you have to deal with off the field, and then there's a lot of shit that you have to deal with on the field. And if the shit you're dealing with on the field has a lot of like bullshit in it, there's already so much that you're juggling mentally. Yeah. And it's tough. And to put your team in the position to go out and make the playoffs in this game was awesome. Now, what did old Rich Bisaccia? I went to Kent State.
Yeah.
Eastern Michigan.
Put some respect on his name.
Not as much. Now, when he took over, you guys got that jolt.
Yeah.
Is it similar to the jolt that you guys? It kind of reminded me when AP took over.
Yeah.
You guys got a jolt.
That interim bump.
Yeah, the interim Joel. I mean, they're both very different. I mean, Rich, our whole locker room and the whole dynamic was totally different. Yeah. When we had Gruden, it's not like our culture was like toxic or anything like that. And there wasn't like this big divide in the locker room and shit like that. So it was just like, damn, what the fuck? And everybody loves Rich. Like, he's the most respected dude in the whole organization, like, plain and simple. So when he took over, we're like, fuck it, let's go fucking win for Rich.
Yeah.
And then the Henry shit happened a week later. We're like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
And then there was later in the year, another guy on our team, DUI. And then there was just one thing after another. But the thing was, our team just kept getting closer and closer and closer. And we hit that breaking point. We're 6-7. We had just lost to like the fucking Washington or some shit. And we had a meeting and everybody talked it out. We're like, all right, this is it. Like, we're either just going to fucking ride this out and be, it is what it is. We'll get a new coach and whatever, or we're going to fucking make a change. And I remember Rod Marinelli, fucking best coach I've ever had. He walked in our D-line room and he's like, just so you guys know, we're winning these next 4 games. If you want to fucking be a part of that, we're fucking all in. This is what we're going to do today. This is how we're going to get one step closer. Boom, boom, boom. He broke it all down to us and we're like, all right, like, let's fucking do it. Like, we were at that point where it was like, this shit is over with. You know what I mean? You're 6-7, no coach. You know what I mean? It was like, but Marinelli convinced us up front. Everybody on the team believed, and we fucking just started knocking them down one at a time. And, I mean, it came down to this game. So it was a crazy year.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Jackie, break down this game.
All right, before we get into this game, we're going to end this season on another positive note. We talked Jay Glazer earlier. I'm going to glaze up Max here a little bit. Pause. 56 total tackles. 56 total tackles.
Wow.
8 sacks. 7 pass deflections. Just got to give the flowers here real quick. Pause on the glazing. Sorry.
That was, wow.
That was wild.
Was the light
egregious.
on?
Yeah. Oh, my God.
That was egregious.
We got to give the stats. I mean,
wow.
I'd be remiss if I didn't give the stats.
Wow.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that's what happened. It was a fucking Chiefs game.
Yes.
We lost to Washington. We got murdered by the Chiefs. And that was like, all right, what the fuck are we about to do?
With this coach talk, can we talk a little bit about Coach Danny Amendola real quick?
Oh, yeah, Coach Dola.
Great dude.
How's
I
Coach
love
Dola?
Danny. Coach Dola is a legend. I love Danny. He's cool as shit. I mean, you know how he is. He's out there fucking running routes all year. Like, he's a part of the team. Routing motherfuckers. Looks like he could play right now. But he's cool. He's cool as hell. I know he's not with us anymore, but Danny was cool as shit. RIP, but he's a legend.
RIP.
Danny's a stud.
Do you follow Danny on Instagram?
What, his male modeling and stuff? Yeah, I definitely.
I think honestly, because he took like a 3-year social break.
Disappeared.
And then as soon as he became a coach, he got back on the gram. I think he became a coach to get back on the gram, to have the bus shots.
His career
the
back
bus
again,
shots where usually you look like a
Genius.
player. My guy's all dolled up.
He had more than bus shots. He had a field shots. He had practice shots.
He's
They
breaking
were
team down.
Consistent. You know what's even crazier? My brother and him are signed. My brother's a fucking model. And they're signed to the same Ford model. Swear to God, they're the same agent and everything. Weirdest random connection ever. But yeah.
Out there
weird.
competing for jobs.
Yeah.
Competing for jobs.
Competing.
Old
Dola. Yeah.
What's the game plan for Herbert in this game?
Herbert, I mean, up front, it was we're going to win the game. Rush them. They can't block us. And we're going to just, torment them. And that's what we did. I mean, we had the best game overall, complete game we played all year. We fucking destroyed them up front.
Yeah.
Absolutely destroyed them. And they still, kept it super close. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But Herbert's tough. I respect the shit out of him. He's a dog.
You got some dogs in that conference now, doggy. Jackie, what do you got?
All right, we're going to get through this game lead up. We've talked about it a little bit. But we got to say the playoff implications that came with this game. Win and you're in. Tie, you're both also in. But a tie would knock the Steelers out. So Steeler fans were just praying it didn't end in a tie.
Yeah.
They were Chargers fans. They were Raiders fans. They weren't tie fans. No kissing sisters tonight, baby. This was a tie. They didn't want a tie. But so you got to say, we got to lay that out there.
But all the NFL was kind of, NFL fans were rooting for a tie.
Because
it's
you
wild.
never see them. It'd be crazy.
Why?
People were talking about that all week, and it almost fucking happened. That's the craziest
I remember
part.
that.
What if it actually? And then all of a sudden we're sitting there, we're like, okay, what the fuck? This actually might happen right now.
Scripted.
And that would have been worse. Yeah,
Yeah.
scripted. But that would have been worse. Fuck that. I'd rather lose than both of us get in.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Send them home.
I'm with you.
That's when I heard that we were potentially, I'm like, what? Fuck that. You die on your sword. You go all in, we're going to either win or we're losing the shit. We're not both going. We're not sending them on, you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
can't
No.
give them a handout. Be like, all right, we're taking a knee.
It's the AFC West, baby. We
No,
like
you
each
send
other.
those fuckers home.
And you guys were extremely hyped for going into this game.
Oh my
I mean, this
God.
is win get in. Like, do you remember anything in that week of preparation? Any coach say, what's going on that week to get you guys to know what this is really about? Because you guys are a pretty young team.
Yeah, I mean, we're young. I mean, we won 3 games in a row at that point, and we knew what it was. Rich came in, like, he was so calm, and everyone was so calm. That's why I feel like we were able to win and go on that run, because there was no anxiety, there wasn't panic. Rich, literally, the first thing he said to me going into that last week, he's like, we're going to win this game. He's like, we're going to win this game one way or another. He's like, we're going to find a way. So, like, I have no doubt in my mind. We just got to go out there and do our thing, whatever, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, there's no – Chargers are not beating us. There's no fucking way. No. So that was in my head. I'm like, I'm going to go out there and I don't care if my fucking heart stops. We're going to find a way. So that's really what it came down to. It was
Fucking
crazy.
It's the Raider way, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but that division game, win get in.
I know.
Win, get
God.
it. It was, yeah. Every national, like, the only game on at night, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, got flexed to Sunday Night Football.
Yep, Sunday Night Football. I had fucking people in my neighborhood, Steelers fans, put up big signs in the neighborhood as you leave the gate. Thank you. We love you guys. Blah, blah, blah. Go Steelers.
I was wondering if you
like
got
a
some love
blow up
from
that
Steeler
was
Nation.
like the biggest Steeler blow up thing. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, the game meant a lot.
Well, if they were classy like Bills fans, they would have donated to a charity of your honor.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I forgot. The classiest bunch of fans, Bills fans. Right?
Yeah,
Bills
very
fan.
classic.
On this night, the Legion was rocking. Vegas got out 10-0, like Max said. They were flying around out there.
Start fast.
Then Chargers responded with a pair of Eckler touchdowns, then a Josh Jacobs touchdown. The Raiders got out to a 17-14 lead at the half, built that lead up to 29-14. Then in the fourth quarter, somehow that lead just slipped away, and there were all these miracle drives. It seemed like where Herbert was converting first down after fourth down after fourth down, and ultimately came down to throwing that Mike Williams touchdown with no time left on the clock to send this thing into overtime. Throughout the game, Daniel Carlson, 5 field goals. I mean, this guy's leg was going to fall off. He was kicking so many damn field goals. The Chargers were also 6 of 7 on fourth down. And then in overtime, these guys were trading field goal after field goal.
Well, you only get one, and then it's sudden death.
No, this was the new playoff rules.
The new play. Okay.
So we had a Carlson field goal, then we had a Chargers field goal, Dustin Hopkins, then a lot of football. Time's running down. A lot of Josh Jacobs balling out, 7 carries, 69 yards in OT alone. And then you get to that third down play, 3rd and 5 with it was 39 seconds left. Staley calls the timeout. We go back to Jacobs, pounds it up the middle for 13, gets the first down. We're in field goal range. Run that thing down, and Daniel Carlson ends it with a 47-yarder. The Raiders are going to the playoffs. The Chargers aren't. In your face, Brandon Staley.
And the Steelers, too.
And the Steelers, too. Shout out Steeler Nation.
Steeler Nation. Jeez. Now, defensive side of the bench, you guys are chilling there. While offense is out there.
Yep.
What do you guys? You guys are all talking. Are we going to score or what? Did you guys know the plan?
We had no doubts that we were going to try to win the game. We had no idea that was even a thing. So, yeah, in our heads, we're like, we just need to get in field goal range. We were that close. We were right there, so we're like, all right. We had no idea, so it just seemed normal. Boom. Carlson went, kicked the field goal, and then after the fact, we ended up finding out that all this controversy and they were going to take a knee and shit, and we're like, what the fuck? But it is what it is.
Yeah,
It is what it is.
Come on, man. That's ridiculous.
Crazy.
Aftermath, the Raiders would make the postseason for the first time since 2016. Crosby named Week 18's Defensive Player of the Week. Old Coach Rich, first interim head coach to make the playoffs since Bruce Arians, 2012. Was that the Colts? That was Colts.
Yes, that was when he took over for
The guy
Pagano. Chuck
Pagano got
Pagano.
sick.
Yeah.
We were playing for OT talk. That was going around. That was fucking everywhere. I was so sick of talking about it on Inside the NFL. Las Vegas would lose to Cincinnati in the AFC wild card round. What was that like, playing in the first playoff game, playing against a team that would then go on to represent the conference in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, just the energy. I know you've been in a million playoff games, but that energy was just different. Hostile, drunken Cincinnati locals just fucking screaming in your ear. I was motherfucking fans. Almost got in trouble. There's, videos. I'm just going. I was in a different place mentally, but it was incredible. I mean, the environment was crazy. We almost beat them too.
Yeah.
We took them right down to the last possession of the game. And then they fucking ended up going to the Super Bowl. Like, we were that confident. Like, we went to that game, we're like, we fucking win. Like, we could beat anybody right now. That's how we felt. And then you see them go to the Super Bowl, you're like, shit. We really could have, went on a serious run. So
That playoff speed just a little faster, isn't it?
it's a little different. Every play matters a little more. You know what I mean? Every detail matters.
There's no business decisions.
No.
And even if you're a guy that plays hard, when not everyone's like that. Everyone in playoffs is playing like that.
Yeah.
Balls to the walls.
Balls to the wall.
And, it's crazy. I played in a lot of playoff games, so you'd play teams, hungry teams, young teams like you. Like you said, when you're a young player, you're looking across the sideline, you're looking at the other guy. When you've been there, you've seen it, you know that, all right, this thing's probably going to go to the end.
Yeah.
Let's relax. These first 2 quarters, it's about trying to last that whole game.
Yeah.
And, that you guys, I'm excited for what you guys are going to do this year.
Hell yeah.
I'm excited.
No doubt.
What are you going to do at quarterback?
That's the ultimate question. There's a lot of rumors.
Yeah.
Supposedly we're trading up, but we'll see. That's no guarantee. We signed Minshew. I think he's a good guy to step in and either be a backup or start, and for the time being. So we'll see. I think we're gonna draft somebody though.
Yeah.
If I was a betting man, but we'll see.
Are you a betting man? Living in Vegas?
Yeah. I bet other things, sports, and not obviously NFL. So if you're watching this, don't fucking. But yeah, I bet fights. I love betting UFC, some NBA, things like that.
I just went to that UFC in Miami.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to that. Dude.
That was fire.
Miami is a different type of energy. That shit is fun.
But just the whole environment of UFC was like the show. I've been to a lot. You go to shows, you go to Super Bowl, you go to games, you go to basketball. Like the whole environment was it was cool.
Crazy.
Just a good atmosphere.
Great atmosphere.
This is clearly the wildest game you've played in your pro career.
Yeah. It's got to be number one just because of how important the game was. There was a couple other ones. That season alone, I think it said on there we had 4 overtime wins.
4.
So, yeah, like the first game of the year was damn near just as crazy as the last one. We played Baltimore on Monday night to open the season, and it was a fucking crazy overtime win. Walk off to Zay Jones to win the game, and that shit was back and forth craziness the whole time. So, yeah, that whole year, there was just fucking crazy games.
Man.
Yeah, it was wild.
Is Vegas becoming an ultimate sports city or what? You guys about to get basketball. A's are coming over to join.
Yeah, it's going to be the greatest. I think it's already the greatest city in the country, let alone damn near the world.
Yeah.
Once you bring in 2 more major sports teams, I think it's going to be the greatest sports town in the country. You look at it, the Raiders are already the Raiders. Like, that's all time. That's legendary.
The local people there love sports, though, don't they?
They love sports. The fucking Golden Knights come in, win a title. The Aces, WNBA, 2 back-to-back. Then you bring in a basketball team, and I know there's going to be a lot of people involved with that, big people. And then MLB as well. Vegas is already like the number one destination where everyone wants to go. You bring in more sports teams, I think it's just going to keep getting crazier and crazier.
Jackie, we got any leftovers?
Pretty clean episode. We were on the money. I'm over here talking about this game. I'm talking about Daniel Carlson. I didn't even get through Max's stats, man. He was AFC Player of the Week, 6 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 4 quarterback hits, 11 pressures, 2 sacks, 3 passes deflected. I mean, what a game. That's AFC Defensive
You
Player
get
of
a
the Week
T-shirt?
for
You
you.
get a T-shirt?
That's a problem.
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 Oh, and quick one. Go ahead, Max. Sorry.
No, you're good.
No, you're good,
I did
brother.
not
Go
get a
ahead.
T-shirt. That was all I was gonna say. Yeah, no T-shirt.
Come on, man.
We get a post though, and if a Twitter post, Instagram, call from your mother, girlfriends,
We get a T-shirt, NFL? Jesus Christ.
or a little plaque or something.
Plaque, something.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to do it. So let's name this
Break it
game.
down. Okay.
Let's name this game. What we got is the almost tie game.
Oh, these are our options, right?
Our options.
Okay.
Or anything you
Happy
think
for
of.
suggestions.
Or
Happy
anything.
for suggestions.
Or other.
We just like to put a bow on it.
The tie game, the Neil game, or the Brendan Staley timeout game, or something else. What do you want to name this game?
This one's
I
for
like
Rich.
yeah. This one's for Rich. Rich's final quest. I like the Brendan Staley one though. It kind of makes
the Brendan
carries some
Staley
weight.
timeout. All
Is
right.
That's
it
a
Brendan or
competitor.
Brandon?
Does it matter?
Brandon.
It's Brandon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Brandon?
Brandon.
Is it with an E or an O?
M?
I swear there's a.
Hold on.
Nah, I mean, no
Something's
more.
off
We
there.
can't. Let's go. Next. Let's score the game. Is this the greatest game of all time? Let's score it. Stakes 1 to 10. Decimals okay. What are your stakes?
Greatest game of all time.
That's some social stuff, Bubs.
Yeah.
It's with an O, by the way. I'm sorry. I botched.
So
Sorry for the
1 out of
typo,
10.
Brandon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this is a. Can you do halves?
Yo, decimals okay.
I'll give it a 9.5.
9.5. All right.
9.5.
Just to let you know, we
Regular season game.
Playoffs are on the line.
Exactly.
playoffs online. We've had Super
Exactly.
Bowls.
Super
we've had
Bowl's the 10.
World Cup
This
games.
is close.
We've had, hey, integrity's integrity. Let's
I
go.
love it.
Star power of this game: 0 to 10. Decimals okay.
Ooh, I would say there's a lot of guys in that game. I would say 9.
9.
Yeah, there were some guys in that game.
We got
No
some
doubt.
guys in the game.
No doubt.
What's the gameplay of this game?
The gameplay?
Like, it's a pretty good gameplay game, as far as like how
Back and forth.
back,
Chargers overcame a
forth,
15-point
field goal,
deficit.
touchdown. The flow of the game.
It might be I think it's a 10.
A 10.
I think it's a
baby.
10 because it looked like it was over. After Casey Hayward caught the pick, it's 29-14. And, I mean, turnover, we're like, this shit, everybody thought it was over.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, fourth down conversion, and we were like, what the fuck? I couldn't believe it.
Battled back.
And then 2-point conversion. I'm like, this is insane.
You don't see
So,
a lot
yeah,
of
that's-
walk-off kick field goals in overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good gameplay game.
Big
Very
time.
good.
Score the name of the game. The Brendan Staley timeout game. What is the score of that name for that game?
That's-
Roll off the
okay.
tongue.
Yeah, rolls right off the tongue. I'm going to give it a solid 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah. So it's Brandon with an O.
It's with an O, yes.
Okay.
I like Brendan better.
Yeah, he
I'd
seems
put it
like
down.
more of a Brendan.
He seems like a Brendan. No question.
What does that come out to, Kyler?
9.25.
9. What is that on the games that we've done? Let's just put it.
Pretty
put it
high.
on the board.
high.
Pretty
Might be a
high.
little aggressive, but
Okay. What's it in
That
between?
puts us at a dead tie. Oh, wow, a rare dead tie with the Shrug game, the 1992 NBA Finals, Bulls versus Blazers. You may remember that when Mike Jordan was unconscious from 3,
yeah.
and he gave us the meme we all know, the Shrug.
And just above the 2004 ACLS with the Yankees Red Sox.
When they came back from 0-4 down, David
04.
Ortiz and the boys.
Jeez, it's up there.
Right up there.
That's
Heck
the
of a
Raider
game.
way.
That's the right way.
When they zig, you zag.
Yeah, baby.
100%.
When you zig, we zag. Max, you want to add anything?
I mean, you put it up there. I guess I got to mention it. You're coming on as well.
I'm
so.
coming on.
Yeah.
The Rush Podcast.
Rush Podcast.
Starting it. I've been doing it for a couple months now. Got my boys. 3 of my teammates from Eastern Michigan.
Yeah.
Mac legends.
Mac Daddies.
Mac Daddies. Brogan Roback, my co-host. Just got to LA as well. They're, waiting on me. So, yeah, the Rush Podcast. Check it out. YouTube, Spotify, Apple, everything. And go Raiders. I mean, it's going to be a big year.
I'm excited to come on the show.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. I
no
appreciate
doubt.
you coming out and checking this out, bro.
No doubt. I appreciate you, brother.
My guy.
Yes, sir.
Man, what an awesome episode.
Oh, my gosh. Our first current player. That's pretty darn cool.
First current player. You can
First of
see
many.
He's a killer in his eyes.
He sure is, man. Cool guy.
You can see it. He's motivated. He's got the right attitude. with a guy like him, you hope that people don't get intimidated by his intensity at work, and they don't. They follow it. You know what I mean? Because if you have a whole lot of those kind of guys, you're going to be a good football team. But there's not many of those kind of guys. But that kind of guy recruits guys. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? It's a lot of guy talk.
Yeah, no.
No, it makes perfect sense. That's why I wasn't there, but that's one of the reasons you guys were so darn good.
Yeah. But that he's a stud, smart, works hard. You could just see passionate, loves football.
Humble.
I
mean, this guy's got a Jordan
Mac
brand.
Daddy.
If I got a Jordan brand deal, I'd blow up. I'd act like I didn't know
Swaggy.
anybody. Oh my God, he was the man.
Pretty awesome.
I'm a Maxx Crosby guy now.
Yeah, I always have been.
Always have been.
Always have been.
I just want to know what was in Mark Davis's fanny pack.
Oh my God. He said he took a guess. I like that he took a guess.
Chapstick.
I got to imagine it's got to be some chapstick.
Dry out there in the desert.
It sure is.
It is.
It's a dry heat.
Very dry.
Sunscreen. Sunny out there.
Definitely. I seen him with sunscreen.
And then what was the third?
Keys.
Keys.
Yep. Of
Gum.
Gum. I could see that.
Mint.
It's like he looks minty fresh.
Gotta have wallet in there.
Phone.
Yeah. I wonder if he goes wallet front pocket, back pocket.
I wonder if
or
he got wallet.
in.
I wonder if he has phone side swipe. Bop.
Well, here's a question for you. Another notable fanny pack
You just took the words out of my mouth.
when Frank Edelman.
Oh yeah.
What's he got in his fanny
Well,
pack?
when I didn't want to bring Frank involved.
I almost did.
When
I was very close.
Crosby was talking old leather, leather 80. I was like, that's right up Frank's alley. This guy.
Frank and Mark Davis handshake meme.
Oh my
Fanny
god.
pack wearers, baby.
Oh, that'd be
Did Frank go wallet inside fanny pack? Loose cash?
everything.
Inside? Everything was in there. Okay.
Change.
Phone in there, too.
keys. Guy would put a Viagra in there.
He was juicing?
I remember one time he went away for my parents' anniversary, and I'm sitting there. They left, and they're going to Napa, which is whatever, 45 an hour.
Oh, the king.
So
was
I
in
go
the
and I
castle.
use their bathroom.
That's you, king of the castle up there.
King of the castle at the house. It was
Oh,
like
man,
15, 16. Friggin', I'm coming out of the shower. I'm like, what's going on? It's my dad. He's running in. I'm like, what are you doing? He's looking through a bunch of shelves and shit. I'm like, Dad, what are you doing? Finally, I see this blue pill. He kisses it, puts it in his fanny pack. Says, I got to go, son.
Dude,
just
nothing?
one? Just one?
Dude.
Lucy.
Oh, you didn't want to have a heart attack.
Yeah. Bro, nothing says I'm a real man like tucking that Viagra into a fanny pack. That's boss. I like that. That's very cool.
He looked, I think he said something like, you'll know about this one day.
Oh, my gosh. Frank.
Oh, Frank.
That is legendary. That is legendary.
Well, also a little fun fact about this game, a little Games with Names history, is that we were watching this game together the
With
first
Sam
time
Morrell.
we met Sam Morrell.
First time we ever met.
New York
Yeah.
City, baby.
Yeah. New York City when you were inside the NFL. It was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, I was going to bring it up. We talked all this Mac football, like MACtion. I was like champing at the bit over here. Like, I'm a MACtion guy. I love MACtion.
MACtion.
So I went back deep in the record books to November 17th, 2006, baby, when the Golden Flashes took down Eastern Michigan 14-6.
What'd I say?
No, we just didn't talk about it.
I know, but I said
you were close.
13,
You were close.
12.
Yeah, we didn't have time for it.
I threw a deep touchdown. I separated my shoulder. I could barely throw the football.
Dude,
I threw a touchdown to Nija Pruden.
Dude, shout out to Nija.
Naja.
Four receptions, 86 yards, 130.
You were 50%
68.
completion rate.
Yeah, 9 for 18.
9 for 18.
68-yard tutty to Nija.
Yeah,
Man,
poker.
you were running on him too. You and Eugene Jarvis out there.
Eugene Jarvis.
Shout out, baby.
He listens to this show.
He does. Yeah, Eugene.
He
Let's go,
listens.
baby.
He hit me up when we were talking that Pennsylvania talk.
I love it, baby. I had any chance to crowbar
Pittsburgh.
in some MACtion talk
He was
on there.
He was a monster.
Beast.
About this tall. He about as tall as you, Jack.
Hell yeah.
Bowling ball though.
Oh yeah. I gotta bulk up.
And he knew how to. He was patient runner, and he knew how to hit the hole right. He was always on balance.
Gotta love the Mac.
Gotta love the Mac.
Should we Should we break into this post-show segment real quick?
Let's do a post.
This one might come to blows, baby. This one might come to blows and get real contentious. But we talked a couple weeks ago, you may remember, we threw out the top 5 in honor of Drake, top five. So we ended up going with our top 5s. It got real, meta and deep and confusing. But today, we are finally bringing one of those to fruition. And we're going back to our top 5. Well, this week, somehow the three of us, the brain trust here, are going to come to a consensus on our top 5 favorite Adam Sandler movies. The Sandman.
Right off top, first 3 that I don't know that are automatically in it.
Before you get in here, I think it's important to make a distinction. Are these the best Adam Sandler performances?
No.
Or our favorite Adam Sandler movies?
Tough. You know what? I just watched that Spaceman.
Still got to see it. Still on my list.
Paul Dano?
It was click vibes with way less comedy.
Tearjerker.
It was more of like a self-reflection. I wanted to text him afterwards. I don't know. I'm not trying to flex. I don't even think he has my number anymore.
You should have. He would have appreciated it.
But I went in the mirror after that.
I heard he's an email guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Probably on a BlackBerry.
Probably got a Hotmail address. Yeah. Dude, yeah, I would. I mean,
dude, it's a great
I've
movie.
got a Hotmail address.
It was kind of like what's the one with the 9/11 movie?
Reign Over Me.
Reign Over Me. It was very similar to that. With that, it was a full drama.
Every once in a while, he'll like pull out.
He always.
Yeah.
Uncut Gems. I had anxiety for 2 weeks afterwards. I don't know why. You know what I mean? Click is low key. I love Click because it's like your family. You're take that time for granted, and then you know what I mean. Before you know it, they're gone, and I cry.
I cried in the theater
every time,
hands down.
Spanglish.
Awesome.
I love Spanglish.
Awesome.
Love Spanglish.
Punch Drunk Love.
Punch Drunk Love. I put in the same somewhat.
I put Spanglish over if I'm gonna go with one of the rom-coms. Wedding Singer's in there.
So hold on. So favorite
no.
or performances?
Favorites.
Okay,
Favorites.
great.
If you got we got all the list up here. We got.
I mean,
we're going
automatically, Waterboy, Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison are in there somewhere.
deep. They're in the top 5.
Yes.
You
can
do it.
Okay, so then what are the other
We
two?
suck again.
What are the other?
Oh no, we suck again.
What are the other 2? And then let's rank them.
Lawrence Taylor, unbelievable cameo in there, talking to the kids, and that's why you don't do crack.
Do you think they knew? Right, the writers
They had to have, right?
at that point.
What?
Or that he dabbled.
What? It was a. We're gonna get LT on the show. We're gonna let LT tell us, but
They had to have. They had to
When
have.
that movie came out, yeah, okay.
I forgot about he was in Coneheads. That was young.
That was old school. That's like, I mean,
I loved Mr. Deeds.
me too. Mr. Deeds.
Crazy Eyes. I used to always call Hogan Crazy Eyes. Remember Crazy Eyes with the pizza and shit?
Yes.
I would always send Hogan a meme of that guy because Hogan had eyes that would be going at you.
Steve
looking at
Buscemi,
you
bro.
and some other dude. Like, what the
Remember
Hogan, you talking to me?
he was ordering those pizzas, man. He said, "Ooh,
Big Daddy.
Oreos and French fries."
Jesus. I was called Frankenstein all of high school because of that.
Julian,
Yeah, the kid's name's Julian.
bro. Big Daddy. I still remember one of my earliest movie theater disappointments was having to go see with my brother and my dad Wild Wild West with Will Smith
Oh, yeah.
instead of Big Daddy for the 3rd time. I was trying to convince him we got to see Big Daddy again. They go, 2's enough. We got to go see Wild Wild. Wild Wild West. Bad.
Yeah.
The
Bad.
song was good.
Here
Was
went
it though?
The Wild Wild
Or do you
West.
just like remember it?
I don't know. I
We
just,
go. And
was I,
remember,
like 8 years
you
old?
could buy the little glasses from Burger King. Had them in there.
Burger King. Burger King always used to have them some movie
They
sponsorships.
did. They did. I miss those days.
I miss that little cartoon dude doing a kickflip. Remember that commercial?
Oh man, I got to pull that up.
The cartoon
God.
dude?
We got to do one of the like critically acclaimed roles.
Got to be Uncut
a
Gems.
Punk
and-
Drunk Love.
To me,
Is Spanglish or Click in that one?
Spanglish I think would be.
Spanglish was great acting. I thought he was a chef.
I would prefer either Uncut Gems or Punch Drunk Love than Spanglish, but I'll be outvoted on that.
I like the story.
We got murder mysteries. Yeah, the murder mysteries.
Yeah. I'm a Hubie Halloween guy as far as recent era Sandler.
I gotta watch.
Oh, I just watched Hustle again.
Hubie Dubois.
Great
Hustle
movie.
was good.
Great movie.
Do was really good.
Great little movie. We
Y'all
gotta
are
do an NFL version of that.
there are two things in the world I love: basketball and Adam Sandler. No desire to see it. I don't know. Still
It's
haven't
good.
seen it. I gotta watch it. I don't know.
I understand that
It's good.
Sometimes when something is
Yeah.
so perfect for you, you can't like accept it.
Yeah, I know.
I understand.
Plays like a scout.
I know. It's right. Like, he get married to Queen Latifah. It's right up my alley. Like I, yeah, married to Queen Latifah. Hey now. No, I haven't seen it yet. I need to. I will. It's on my list.
Wait, so what's our list?
Billy Madison,
Happy
Gilmore, Waterboy,
Waterboy.
in no particular order at the moment.
Yes.
I feel like we'd be remiss if we didn't put a wedding singer in there. I gotta say.
Oh,
Wedding singer. I also like the era when he was just like, I just want to hang out with my friends and go on vacation.
Yeah.
Netflix
The
paid me
grown-ups?
lots of
Yeah,
money.
that's a big grown-ups era.
Yeah.
Are we really putting grown-ups in our top five?
No, it's not in our top 5. Not top 5.
No. I
They're
respect
good
it,
movies, but not our top 5.
though. I respect it, though.
Chuck and Larry was fun.
They had to, like...
Or firefighters.
They had to pretend to be
Firefighters.
gay to get, like, health care.
Yeah.
Like,
America.
defraud the state. Yeah. America, baby.
Yeah.
That's America. The private detective was there. They're like trying to trick him.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Great. Could you make that nowadays?
Why not?
Why not?
Get
Shout
in-
out to Kevin James, brother.
He'd be fun on the show, I bet.
He'd be great.
He's a Jets fan, right?
He's a big, yeah.
No
Him and
more,
Sandler
no more
both.
Jets fans unless it's Larry David.
How many Jets savings have we had? One?
Rich Eisen.
Rich.
Feels like a lot. One's plenty.
Plenty.
Jets get a bad rap. Stop making fun of them so much, guys.
Who is this guy I'm talking to right now? What are you, Mr. Jets defender now?
No.
Oh, okay. Kind of.
All right, let's
Last one.
get in here.
So what's our list?
Do we want to just how about we rank?
Put them down. Write them down.
All right.
So what's number 1? It's either Happy Gilmore or Billy Madison, right?
To me, it's Billy Madison.
We can go Billy Madison.
To me, it's Happy Gilmore.
I thought it was gonna be Happy,
but I'm just a hockey
All right.
guy.
I'm getting outvoted here. We'll go Happy
Also,
Gilmore.
Carl Weathers love.
2-1.
How great was he?
RIP.
Chubbs.
Oh, my hands hurt. Well, your back's gonna hurt because you just got landscaping.
Ben Stiller.
Ben
He
Stiller.
was so great in
Is
that.
the orderly, the mean orderly? He was great.
What did he say? What is the one where he? Oh, can I get a nice glass of milk? And he goes, you can get a nice glass. You shut the fuck up. Or did he say fuck?
It might have been hell. I can't remember.
You shut
And then
the hell up. Yeah,
He'd
yeah.
poke his head around the corner into the door, and he'd give him this one, Jules. Remember?
Yeah. I love Steller's side piece roles, like his villain side piece
Yeah.
comedic role.
Tony Perkins.
Dodgeball.
Tony
Yeah.
Perkins from Heavyweights.
Oh.
Dodgeball.
Dude, we got to watch Heavyweight soon.
I love that. I watch it once a year. Heavyweights.
Can one of these either be Uncut Gems or Punch Drunk Love?
Yes, Jules, you're the decider here.
And then I'll shut up about the other one.
Number 5 can be Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
What's 4? Little Nicky. Such a bad movie,
Mr.
but I
Deeds.
love
bad.
it.
Mr. Deeds.
So bad. I got scared, bro. He was down in hell. That scared
Oh,
me.
hold on. Can I do a thing?
Yeah.
What?
Our favorite movie, our 4th favorite movie of his is the next one.
The next.
Oh, very Tom Brady-esque of you.
Yeah, but probably not.
But no way the next one's going to be as good as Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
I like
Big
the
Daddy
optimism,
4,
though.
John Turturro. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking Mr.
You're
Deeds.
thinking Mr.
Mr.
Deeds.
Deeds.
Big
Better
Daddy.
sneaky.
Scuba Steve.
Damn you, Scuba Steve.
Yeah, let's go. Big Daddy's got to go for,
All right.
and then honorable mentions Spanglish Click for me.
Okay, I like that. For me, honorable mentions. I like that we have it. I love that honorable mentions.
It's cheating.
Oh no, we got it. There's so many good ones to choose from.
Pretty much
Mr.
six.
Deeds is in there for me. Punch Drunk Love is in there for me.
He made Hallmark cards.
Yeah, yes. Kathy Bates.
Punch Drunk Love for me.
Wait, what was it?
I'm very sneaky, said.
I'm very, very sneaky.
Yeah, go ahead. Hit my foot. Oh, why the fuck did you? Oh my god. Just joking.
We wanted what?
Dude, after that,
Clear
I wanted
too?
the Hawaiian Punch water fountain installed in the crib.
Oh my god.
That was living. I thought if I ever get to that point, I've made it.
Or like Devontae Adams with Taco Bell in your house, which we didn't even get to talk about Devontae Adams.
We didn't hit anything in this episode.
We were moving quick. What
What did we talk about?
Coach Dola.
Coach Dola. Oh, I loved how he knew instantly.
Coach
And his
Model,
brother
though.
shares an agent.
That is
Same.
wild.
I was trying to picture like a tall, handsome, ginger kind of guy.
I was too. And then my mind, of course, went to
Because
like,
he's 6'5", he's tall, he's lean.
his brother's older, right? I'm pretty sure, as we learned from
You got
our
a picture of
research.
him?
I'm looking. Here we go.
Let's see him.
Let's see if this guy's Dola caliber.
Oh wait, I found. Go
Miles
to Ford and type in
Crosby.
Ford models afterwards.
Ford models. Oh, on it. Yeah, there you go.
Pro tip when you're looking up your male models.
Is Dola still on here?
Man. Yeah, he's good looking.
Is Dola still on here? I can see the resemblance too.
I see it.
Yeah.
Tasteful. Dola.
Let's see Dola's Ford models.
Is that current?
Far right guy.
This one.
I think I'm going with Crosby.
Oh, Dola. Hey, yeah. I mean,
I don't
no,
know. I
I'm
don't
going
know.
Dola.
Dola's got a persona. He's got.
See,
He's got more of a personality.
he does. I will say his
we
portfolio.
don't even know the other guy.
Yeah, but Dola's got a top 5 personality.
I will
does.
say Dola's portfolio is a little tougher to access than Miles, so he's got him beat in that
We
one.
just go to @DannyAmendola.
yeah,
on
just follow him on
Instagram.
Instagram.
Let's go Instagram. Danny Amendola, 80. There's
I think there is an 80. Let me double check.
at Danny Amendola, 80.
I don't want to be doing him a disservice here.
Yeah, we got to get him the right. Top. They say he's top 3 NFL male model.
Yeah. Oh, it's just Danny Amendola. No numbers needed.
Yeah, I had it @DannyAmendola. There you go.
Wait.
At Danny Amendola, 85. There we go. Yeah, dude's got a cool profile, man.
All right, let's wrap.
Let's
this
wrap
thing
up.
Let's
Yeah, this one we went from talking about click to male models, but hey, I love it. This was a heck of an episode.
Okay, so our consensus top 5 is Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison.
Top 5 Adam Sandler movies that we came up with collectively as a team, but not everyone got all their ones in there, and there's honorable mentions. Which,
What was your last one? Click and
can I just say the top 5 that we came up with as a team, but not individually? 1, Happy Gilmore. 2, Billy Madison. 3, Waterboy. 4, Big Daddy. 5, Uncut Gems, maybe Spanglish or Click. Uncut Gems. That's what we came up with. Let's see what you guys come up with in the comments. Let's have a debate. We'll
tell
do
us
like
why
a
we're
poll.
wrong.
Huh?
Tell us why we're wrong.
Yeah, tell us why we're wrong.
Yeah. Prove it, man.
What a game. The Brendan Staley timeout game.
With an O. Brendan with an O. Brandon.
Brandon with the O. Brandon with the O. What a game. What an interview. What a guy.
Hope he gets to the playoffs so we can have him back on to a
I
playoff
know we got
game.
to get him on. This is a Raider podcast.
Yeah.
Raider support podcast. But that was another great episode. It's been another great episode of Games with Names. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcasts. Comment a game you want us to do. And remember,
Rate and review.
Remember to follow Games with Names on YouTube, Instagram, X, TikTok, and Snapchat. Leave a message on the hotline at 424-291-2290. We'll see you guys next week. Games with Names is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.